Alright, Frank, half stone. Following your clearly sober, amazing daughter.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's tough to follow, Nick.
What you got? You got
I got
chapter
chapter 2. No one in the bathroom.
Yes. Nobody.
Well.
Wait, no, Peter.
Man, oh man, no respect.
Author's wife.
Mom, are you listening to this?
Sorry, we're talking about
Batteries.
No, I don't think it's bad.
Okay,
All right, I'm
we're
fine.
back.
Okay, we're back.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Well, now that we've cleared that up, Mrs. Berger started, but didn't know how to end. She stammered some more and then turned on the TV. Are there any hippity-hop movies you'd like to watch with your distraught daughter? Charlie claimed that the remote control had been commanded by cassava melons, and he wasn't about to fuck with cassava melons. But he and his sister obediently pretended that they also had noticed nothing unusual, and Mrs. Berger moved back into the kitchen. One of Margaret's little friends, Diana, who lived nearby, dropped into the drama. What time is it on your planet, Mrs. Berger? Diana asked as she looked around at the kitchen's gruesome display of blood-stained mallets. I don't know, Mrs. Berger responded nervously. My sister has fled to a mental hospital in Tucson. My husband is perpetually locked in our bathroom, though he assures us that no one has been murdered in there. My kids seem like mindless automatons, and I haven't got any in 10 years. Okay, Diana managed to say. Are the mindless automatons around? I come in peace, Margaret said, lifting her hands and eyes toward the ceiling. I'm better than you, Diana. And I am more intelligent than you all, Charlie said in his role as habitual liar. And I worry about all you motherfuckers, Mrs. Berger said, looking nervously like a watch. You're crazier than your dad. You're the crazy one, Margaret said, suddenly serious. You married him. It's like I've been in a coma for 10.5 years, Mrs. Berger said. This fucking obsession of your father's has literally made me sick. I don't eat anything except salad dressing. We were much better off when Mom was committed, Margaret thought. Dad never locked himself in the bathroom. For the past 2 weeks, all they'd heard were murderous screams coming from the bathroom. And after the screams, their father would always appear with a key lime pie in his hands. He'd look nervous and his hands shook. But during this time, we would always say something nice to them like, nice day or guten Tag. You didn't have a nervous breakdown for nothing, Mom, Margaret said, feeling obligated to appease her mother. Aunt Leonore had one, so it runs in the family. Call me when I get to Tucson, Mrs. Berger said, looking with impunity at her watch. She went up to the door and screamed, Miguel! It's airport time! After a long pause, Dr. Berger responded, whatever. Mrs. Berger turned to face her children. Who believes me when I say I'm going to Arizona to get a document notarized? She asked in a serious tone. Both children obediently raised their hands, revealing just how codependent they were in stemming the wrath of Mom. A few moments later, they were all listening to the bathroom door when their father appeared, key lime pie in hand. He had had a shipment of bats flown in for his bathroom laboratory, and 2 of them were chowing down on the pie. They were wearing purple bat pants, the color of Amarillo Slim. This is Kuluku, Dr. Berger said, nodding to one bat, and this, he said, nodding to the other, is Baraka. Kuluku jumped onto the family's escalator and was happily crushed between the metal stairs. Baraka, it may be noted, survived for 2 more weeks when he was jumped and murdered by fellow bats in what authorities describe as a grim gangland-style vendetta. Another trip to the notary public, my dear? Dr. Brewer Berger asked his wife.
That was perfect. That was very good. That was exactly how I wrote it.
Mrs. Berger sighed. I suppose it is. She knew that Charlie and Margaret didn't buy any of it, but they played the adoring children while their father played the maniacally understanding spouse. Let's go, punk asses, Dr. Berger said impatiently. He picked up a nasty-looking mallet to emphasize his point. Move, now! Who believes in a wise and eternal God? Anyone? He saw the looks of disgust and despair on everyone's faces and let the subject drop without comment. Goodbye, Mrs. Berger, Diana said against her better judgment. I hope you find a good notary. Do you know where she's really going, Charlie asked. It's because her sister's in the hospital. I believe that when I see it, Diana replied, partially because her cerebral cortex had misfired. The kids watched the car sail out of the driveway. Charlie grabbed the remote control away from a cassava melon so he could watch a movie. Diana slammed down onto the sofa next to him and picked up an old bag of potato chips from the coffee table. Who died and left this movie on? She asked, rude as she pleased. I did. Me, Charlie said. And it's a great fucking movie. It's about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He took a tomato that was in between the sofa cushions and smashed it into Diana's face. Margaret sat down too late to witness the tumult. She liked tomatoes smashed in faces, and she liked the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But this is the same girl who thought the Contras silly. Now she was thinking of her mom flying out to Arizona to be committed once again. It's an awesome movie. It's got tragedy and tragedy. And we originally saw it as a double feature with Shaft in Africa.
Take a breather, Dad. Take a